Yeah. Attitude Era Podcast, the Archie Carter, the Southeast Mouthpiece, King HP in the building, NXT Battleground. We reviewed it. We predicted it. Now we got to recap it. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Good show, good weekend, and I'm a little shocked with some of the things that have turned out.
Let's just get into it. Sexy Red
Absolutely.
opened the show, real short, real sweet, got right to the point. Said this NXT Battleground, twerked a little bit, got up out the way, and then we went right into the 6-woman ladder match for the Women's NXT North American Championship. And in my first prediction, I was wrong.
Yes, you were, but I know who was right. You know
The
what I'm saying?
King.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody looked
Absolutely.
good. It wasn't a lot of ladder spots, but it was a lot of ladder usage. So it was it was a 4-woman sleeper hold, something I've never seen before. Kalani Jordan, the winner.
The
I got in
winner.
my notes. It's in my notes. I said she was all over the place and she looked good. I thought she carried the match. It was amazing. Then we saw 4 of the other women
That was
gorilla
crazy.
press slam Lash Legend over the top rope through a ladder.
Through a
And
ladder to the outside.
my girl Soul Ruka looked good. Got 2
Crazy.
soul snatches off, one off a ladder, but she didn't snatch the title down. And your pick, Kalani Jordan, did. And you was 1 for 1 out the gate.
Out the gate, you know. And yeah, the thing about these ladder matches, you know what I'm saying, especially with NXT, man, it was a beautiful ladder match. And I think the exposure for all the girls is gonna be good because that gorilla press slam to Lash Legend on the out. That I thought that was crazy.
Everybody looked good in this match, and it was a great opener. So from that match, we jumped into a countdown. We got an Ethan Page recap, and we went right into the tag team match.
Yeah.
Axum, Nate Frazier versus the OC. Let me tell you, this match, it was back and forth. It was up and down. It felt like an old school wrestling match, but it had a real quick pace to it. The pace was good, but it felt old school. And I thought that was the theme of the night. Every match had a good build to it, but a good pace.
Right. I think that not only that, I'm a little I'll just say it like this. I was wrong in this prediction.
Me too.
So, I just think that when you have a team like the OC,
who
it's
lost,
almost
by the
like
way?
they're getting
They lost.
Yeah. But it's like you're reverting them down. They couldn't really get over in WWE main roster. Now they on NXT. They're not getting over there. But this is a tag team that we all know to be great.
And I think it was mentioned on commentary tonight that all over the world, these guys are here. But, and Nate Frazier is a monster. I saw him do a moonsault into a scorpion deathlock. And the dude is butter. The dude is butter in the ring. And they retained their championships against the OC. I thought it was a good match. And this was the first match where we got the "This is awesome" chants throughout the night. And
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see what happens with the OC, but the Supersonic duo retained. I was wrong. You was wrong. So I'm 0 for 2. You what? 1 for 2 at this point.
I'm on 1. I'm 1-1.
1-1. So after that, we got a Josh Briggs video package, a Carly Bright video package, and a Dante Chin video package.
I like that one.
I like how they are introducing us to these people instead of just having them pop up on TV without a backstory. So we can kind of get a feel for these people, and I like that because a lot of times in wrestling and in other promotions, you don't know who people are. They just pop up one day wrestling, and if you're not an in-depth wrestling fan and know people or follow people, you won't know. So I just thought that was real cool. So right after those video packages, the match we was most excited about, the NXT Underground match, happened. Yeah. Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler.
Yes. And
I was wrong.
Yeah.
We're going to title this episode "I Was Wrong" because I was wrong.
I was happy with the match. It was the most look forward to. I feel like the atmosphere being at the UFC arena set it up with two mixed martial artist background performer wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was a little weird though in the ending because maybe I was unclear on the rules, but Shayna Baszler was still defending herself. I
I
wouldn't have
thought
called
I
it a
thought
knockout like that from
I
the elbow
thought that
strikes.
was the beautiful part of this match because in my notes I have good pace, good
Yeah,
fight, good matchup. Said it was well produced. The moves and the movements made sense. And I'm about to age myself, but you remember the game Pit Fighter?
yeah.
When you fight, then you go in the crowd might
The
throw you
crowd.
back. And this match felt like the video game Pit Fighter to me because the crowd and the atmosphere was involved. And you're a UFC guy, you're a boxing guy. You ever seen a UFC fighter getting hit and the match gets stopped and they look up like I wasn't done.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what Shayna sold. And I thought if it wasn't selling, maybe they miscued something. But if it was a sale, Shayna sold that like top tier.
But this is why I got confused. When the outside the ring, she hit the steel steps.
Hit
Looked
her
like
head
she
on the steps, which
looked
led
like
to
she was
the
out. That's
right.
why I thought should have ended it, or maybe I don't know. I thought that was a better
She,
time to end it.
I'm assuming she had to be knocked out in the ring
Yeah, I think
because
that's
early
probably
in
what
the
it is.
match she caught a spinning back fist that knocked her into the crowd, and Lola was like, "She's out," but it was like she's not in the ring.
Right.
So
So that makes sense then. That makes
one
sense.
of
So
those minor detail things, but that match was fire.
it was
It looked
fire. It was
good. It
definitely fire.
felt good. I was happy with the either way, but I'm 0 for what 3 at this point. I give up at this point. So after that, we
AER
got an
going
Eddie.
down.
Hey, we got an Eddie Thorpe video package, and we see your girl Kalani Jordan with Sexy Red backstage celebrating the victory.
I'm about to look it up on YouTube just to make sure I saw what I saw to
You
verify it
saw
all.
what you saw, and you're gonna see it again, and I ain't mad at you. So
Hey,
after
make sure you look
that,
that up on YouTube.
bookmark it.
But
We went into the North American Championship triple threat match between Obafemi, Wesley, and Joe Coffey.
great match.
I look last week in the predictions, I called the man Obi. And after this match, I want to apologize because that's not the type of person name you say wrong at least once. Obafemi is a monster.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I was wrong on this one. You know, I had Joe Coffey, but
I had Joe Coffey being part of the ending of the match, and he
he
did
did.
take the
He took
pin.
the
But
pin.
we Obafemi threw Wes Lee like 20 feet in the air.
He threw Joe Coffey. Pop
Obafemi
up
had
power bomb
Wes
with three.
Lee in a vertical suplex, and Joe Coffey was giving him body shots, and it did nothing. Like this man, he's not human. He's not human.
Yeah,
If
it's
Obafemi was a Marvel character, who would he be? You the Marvel expert. Who would he be? Top of your head, first thought.
Juggernaut.
Speaking of Juggernaut, you want to do this now or do it later?
We could do it. We could do it now. But did we
Okay,
say who
well,
won?
Obi
Yeah,
retains. It was a little smash going on, but ultimately he won. Joe Coffey looked great.
Joe
Wesley
Coffey did
looked
look
great,
great.
but great is not good enough against Oba. I don't know who's going to dethrone him, but I'm watching. Speaking of Juggernaut, Jordan Grace, Roxanne Perez. You know what? I'm gonna combine the last two matches real quick because we were talking, and you have a great question. I want you to propose to the people.
Yeah,
Jordan Grace,
absolutely.
Roxanne Perez, good match.
Good
Good
match.
pacing. Like I said, felt old school. Good pacing. Good psychology. Cool. Had a little smudge outside with Pexley and Dana Brooke. Elegance by Ash is what she's going by now. Jordan Grace eats the pin.
Yeah.
Right? Trick
Yeah.
Williams, Ethan Page. Ethan Page looked great.
Yes. Yeah.
Trick Williams looked great. Strength spots, like great spots that highlight these last two matches highlighted everybody's pros. right?
Yes, yes, it did.
But it came with big cons. So we're gonna say Roxanne Perez won. We're gonna say Trick Williams won. NXT looks great tonight, right?
Yes.
But your question was, when you
Yes.
bring in people in
So
high card positions,
so
like
yeah.
each.
So when
Go
you
ahead.
bring when you bring somebody in, right, and you build them, first match or whatever, first or within that first match or two, but you bring these people in with this build up, and then they lose to the world champ that fast, right?
Or just they lose because you had the same thing about Carmelo Hayes, right? Being the
Right, but
number
he
one
lost to the
draft
world
pick.
champ. They did the same thing. Bring him up for NXT. Oh, you and Cody, why would you do that? And then you lose, and it's going right back down. I mean, I could I could go through so many more superstars, even going back to when they brought Big Papa Pump over first match. Triple H loses, and then he loses a rematch. Like it's
Sting,
just down. It's just
Sting, the
down.
most biggest and recent name, Sting.
Same thing.
So the question you have is, why do they
Why?
do this, or how
Why?
does it affect the person that is being done to?
I'm be honest. Why is part one of the question, and then how does it affect? Because every time I've seen it, it always the person who loses takes that loss. It's just down the card they go.
So you said
I, yeah,
the stock drops instantly.
yes, yes.
Mm. And
Carmelo
you
Hayes.
haven't seen
I haven't seen
anyone
him win on SmackDown yet.
you haven't seen anyone rebuild their stock after coming in a high card position taking a loss.
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to really, really look at it. But off the top of my head, like I said, I could Big Papa Pump. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many people who, let them get some wins first. Like one person I could think of they did masterfully and then he messed it up was Vader, right? I'm going back years, but you know what I'm saying? Vader came in, he took out the president, took out Razor Ramon. He was on a roll. Then you finally lose to the champ. You work it up, but it's a build where you think, I don't
I
know who's gonna
had
win.
I had no doubt that Jordan was going to win tonight. In my mind, Jordan Grace was winning. But I thought Trick and Ego in our predictions, we thought Ethan Page had a legit shot because of how he came in and what he
Yes.
brung, and he looked great. Trick looked great, but I didn't see. I just think maybe this was the night for NXT to just go over everybody.
Right. And the thing about with Jordan Grace, right? If you look at like TNA, if she would have won, took that belt to TNA, Roseanne shows up to TNA for a challenge, a rematch. Well, we can't put the NXT title on the line here. We can only put the boom. Then Roxanne beats her. Now she comes back to NXT with the TNA belt. Oh, girl, Jordan Grace is over there with the NXT belt.
So
This is
just
all mixed.
swap it out.
Yeah, now they got to do something, but it keeps eyes to the like, ooh, what's gonna
Yeah,
happen?
I don't
We've never
think
seen it.
I don't. That's the thing. If we're watching something we've never seen, pull it all. Let go all the way with it. Let us
All the way.
see something we've never seen before and probably will never see again. A
Right.
TNA champ holding WWE gold and a WWE champ holding TNA gold. That sets up a lot.
A
Again,
lot.
could be a business thing. We don't know. Could be a business thing, a
Right.
licensing thing, rights thing. That's beyond my pay grade. But I thought Jordan was going to win. They both look good.
They did
Roxanne can
look good.
wrestle.
I ain't gonna lie.
Roxanne can wrestle, but again, we got the thing we say around here. When you stand next to certain people, you got to shine. And Jordan Grace just looks good. She
Yeah.
looks good. She wrestles good. She's gold. You're going to look at her. She passes the eye test. Vince had a
Absolutely.
thing where he said, if you
Absolutely.
you walk in the room and people want to know who you are, he wants to know who you are. Jordan Grace has all of this, and I really think all of this is just a job interview for when her contract runs out and she does eventually pop up in the WWE.
Could be. Could be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
And Trick
I wouldn't.
Williams, hey, the whoop that trick era, when Booker T mentioned his only title defense with his North American Championship, he lost. In my mind, I said, okay, he got to get one. It's just
Mm,
unfortunate the one was Ethan Page because I thought Ethan came in so hot. Trick is hot. So
Trick
we're
is
gonna
hot.
see what happens with that. I thought this pay-per-view was excellent. The card was fantastic. It did not let me down. It did not disappoint. You want to AER this thing or what? You got time?
Yeah, I got a little bit of time. I would say it's about. I'm gonna say a 7.5.
I was thinking 8. I
Yeah,
was thinking a hard 8.
I'm gonna say 7.5. I'm gonna leave
So
it
what
at
the
7.5.
AER is the Attitude Era ratings. We take whoever's talking about the event, combine it, get the average, divide it, and that's what we rate the pay-per-view or PLE. I'll never get used to call things PLEs. I grew up in the pay-per-view era.
Yeah,
So
I don't even like the way
7.
it sounds. I heard a wrestler say it, and I was like, "What's a PLE?" I
So
thought
we
we was
got
getting
what,
something new.
15? What's 15.5 divided by 2? Let's just keep it whole numbers. You giving it a
Are
7
we
or
doing
8?
Terrence Howard? Are we doing Terrence Howard math or regular math?
But I don't know Terrence Howard ABCs. You think I know Terrence Howard math?
Oh, you got to get educated on that, man. Hey, 1 times 1 is 2.
See,
Yeah,
you trying to make my hair hurt.
yeah, he be on it. He be on it. But
So
no,
I'm going 8. You going 7 or 8?
I'm gonna say
That way we
7,
could
7.5.
seven and
It's
a
gonna
half.
balance out to like a 7.7 or 7.8.
Pull a
You know what
pull
I'm
a
saying?
pull a phone out. Technology's our friend. And you had a long night. You just got off the road. You was at Nome. Shout out to you and the podcast chief DNA.
Yeah, 7.75. So the official ranking is
So
7.75.
NXT Battleground, great card, great show. Southeast Mouthpiece, the Archie Carter King, HP. We giving it a 7.7 overall. What you think? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? You agree with us? You disagree with us? That's what the comments is for. So
Yes.
let us know what you think. And we're gonna catch y'all next time. Again, Attitude Era Podcast. You don't need to listen to nobody else.
Nah, it's right here. So until
Peace.
next time, peace.
Woo.